Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on one thing, single barrels. Best of all, you can try before you buy. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution so you know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and who from the industry may be coming in to visit. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. We are also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers traveling minibars that are no bigger than a small purse or toiletry bag. Best of all, they are fully customizable so you can create the perfect piece that is unique for you. If you own your own business, what a fun and unique way to promote what you do. Check them out online at thebartogo.com. That is the number 2 in the Bar to Go. If you have wholesale questions, call my friend Isabel Clark at 504-481-1297. Finally, we are sponsored by the Neely Family Distillery. NFD is a family-owned business that keeps ringing up awards in the spirits world. Head to Sparta, Kentucky to experience the family history, award-winning spirits, and meet the Neely family. Check them out online at neelyfamilydistillery.com. Now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we discuss the bottled and bond designation. My name is McNew. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Darren McCroy, Steinkamp, and Von Nieters.
Hey gang, what's up?
Hey guys.
Hello. Hey y'all.
Hey-oh. So yeah, we're gonna have some fun. Show written again by Von Nieters. We're gonna do this one different today. We're gonna put Von Nieters on the spot. We didn't talk about this. When we come out of the break, McNew, you're gonna toss it over to Von Nieters, and he's gonna explain to us what he wanted to talk about, and he'll lead the conversation. We'll see how he does. It's putting him on the spot, so we'll see if he can do the job of Steve Akeley. Well, and then I'll get laid off shortly thereafter. I'm sure.
He just signs off after break, and we never hear from him.
Yes. Before we get to that fun, though, Darren said there's something he wanted to talk about. What is that, sir?
So if you could control any of like the natural elements, fire, water, any of that, which one would you want to have full control over? And
I know this. I just thought about this the other day. I would like to have control over rain and water. And then what I would do is it would rain as we need it. Whenever we needed it, it would rain. So there'd never be droughts anymore. And it would rain between the hours of 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. It would never, day wouldn't get fucked up in the middle of the day when you're walking around because it's raining on you or anything. No, it would be when we're sleeping. Now, people who work nights, I'm sorry. I'm in charge and I don't work nights, so it's going to have to go around my schedule. So apologies.
Steve
for
is
that,
giving us the best sleep of our life.
Yes, you get the rain
sport.
sleep. And again, I get it does. The schedule doesn't work for everyone. There's nothing I can do to accommodate everyone. I apologize in advance, but when I'm in charge, that's how it's going to run. All right. That's good. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. How about you guys? What are you controlling?
So I initially thought water because I was thinking, how easy would it be to build like a pond somewhere? You just fill it up.
All the turtles everywhere.
Well, that's kind of where I was getting at. But then I thought even better. I would think earth, because then I could dig a hole without digging a hole. And then all it has to do is rain to fill it up. And then all I got to do is ask Steve to make it rain.
There you go. I would think you would want to be, if you had any thing like this, you would just want to control the ice machines of the world.
Ice machines are
you put the bucket in and you don't even have to push the button. It just flows down.
It'll be ice machine on a way bigger scale. I'll be like in the Arctic, using all the ice.
Okay.
I got to go with the rain, right?
Rain's a good
never
one, right?
have your day messed up with rain, and I'm gonna have the greenest grass in the whole neighborhood, and rain, absolutely.
Rain. Okay. Right.
Yeah, I don't know how often you're gonna use like wind or fire or no. I'm going rain.
Rain. Okay.
Yeah, I know what Steve said.
Yeah, so I'm also choosing water, but not like you guys are, because it's the most powerful thing. Like, water can put out fire, water can erode the earth. Not really sure what it's doing with wind, but I feel like water is more powerful. I want the most powerful thing in the world. Take in the water, and I'm going to do whatever the hell I want with it. But also, no, It's only going to snow on lawns and not the roadways.
Okay.
Oh, that's good too. See,
That's a
this is
fair
another
argument.
argument for the H2O.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Especially
And
after
you can
that
make
last
anything cold
snowstorm
when
we
you
had.
want. You can just put ice cubes in your whiskey and just make it cold. Because like
Yeah.
if you can make snow,
I
you
have
can make
whiskey
ice in your
stones
hands,
for
right?
that.
Whiskey
What?
stones.
Why would you
Whiskey
put ice
stones.
in it? You have whiskey stones.
Yeah. Get ready. You're going to investment whiskey stones coming out soon.
Made out of amberana.
Oh,
Oh.
perfect. Perfect.
That's exactly what you want.
And the spirals in your bottles.
Yeah.
So smart. Maybe we can get KK involved because she also works in the dental world. Is like a cosmetic dentist who does veneers. He should come out with whiskey stones because you're going to need the damn veneers sooner or later.
This is
Dumbest
true.
thing ever.
This is true. Yeah.
Like I should pitch.
I
that.
don't understand those whiskey stones for the life of me, but yeah, that's a thing.
That's a
For
different
everyone.
show.
Yeah. All right, Darren, you asked the question. What's
So
the
this
answer?
probably just has a lot to do with my lifestyle, but fire would be fantastic. Like going camping, you just boom, the pile of sticks is on fire.
You just want to
Uh-huh.
point your finger like
Wait.
a witch, have fire.
But
Yeah. Finger
Time
guns,
out.
just
Time
bing,
out.
bing, bing.
Time out. I can buy a lighter, but nowhere
Yes.
can I buy the ability to control whether I get rained on while I'm camping.
This is true.
right.
It's
I
true.
like it when it rains when I camp.
What?
Of
It's
course.
soothing on the tent.
What's that?
It is
Because-
relaxing while sleeping.
It gives them a little bit of a shower too. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Oftentimes, if I'm out there for 4 days, that is the best shower. You go stand out in the rain.
Darren.
I would be the most efficient construction worker on the planet Earth. They'd be like, "Oh, you want a hole built, or a hole for your house for your foundation? Done." Just
Well,
like
how
that.
are you going to weld anything with earth? I could weld everything with fire.
Well,
You know how much
I don't-
money I could make welding?
Okay, well then they call you next to build the house. I terraform their property how they want it,
Ah,
and
he's-
you build
he's
it,
pushing
and
for the earth thing.
or accidentally burn it down.
I think he's
You
on
don't
an
have to pay
island there
for
with the
heat
earth.
Here in the
Ooh.
you can just like
I'll make my own island. There you go.
light a fire in your house, which is probably problematic, but you could do it.
Yeah, I have a lighter for that.
Darren's going around lighting candles with his fingers.
Yeah.
No, you just walk around with like a fire in front of you, and it keeps you warm.
Oh.
Might lose
That would
your
be kind of
eyebrows
nice
every
when
now
you're
and then.
cold.
So it's
Yeah,
like a
luckily
little
I have a furnace.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but what if you didn't need one?
Huh.
I mean, it's quite convenient. I just press a button on the wall and it works. I'm not mad about the furnace.
Right. Yeah. Well.
You guys live in a different world than I do.
Well, that's for sure.
Does the zero not have heat? Should we be worried about zero?
Yeah. So, all right. Well, on that note, it's time to drink. What is everyone drinking? I'm going to go first because I'm not participating in a cork pop. I have the old Heaven Hill, the white label, bottle and bond, the 6-year age stated stuff. This is a screw top. If you remember back when they had those on the shelf, it's a screw top. I found one of these recently. Thought I would drink it. Haven't had it in a while, so that's what I'm drinking right now. What do you got there, Steinkamp?
I have Jack Daniel's Bonded Rye.
Okay, nice. Okay, we heard it. We heard it. He's got the lead. He's got the
That,
lead.
yeah, that might be the first time I've ever had the lead.
Okay, okay. McNew, you're next.
Suck it, McNew, suck it.
I was going to use this on a different show, but I have Jack Daniel's bonded, and it's the screw top.
It's a screw top.
Not a screw top.
Oh, she
Well, we just opened
She
it.
talked over herself.
She talked over it herself.
She talked
now
over
sucks.
herself.
Steinkamp just opened the same bottle.
Yeah.
Why did you think it was a screw top?
Why did it come off like a screw top, though, when she did it? It was so amazing. Yeah.
Here's the rye. I have the bonded. No, it looked like a screw top because it was
It's
so
the same thing. It's just rye.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
confused
They're
now.
literally the same release. You don't
Look,
they-
do you know how much of this I've drank thinking it was a screw top?
What?
that bottle is empty, McNew.
My God, McNew.
Her and her
Break
partner
from
was lately on the
podcasting and all
show
of a sudden
too.
this is
Just
what you
what
do.
is happening over there?
We need to get her help. I mean,
Yeah.
When you
Anyway, move
Yeah.
on.
If there's any professionals out there, please reach out to the Bourbon Daily. We are seeking help for McNew.
yeah, for McNeil. That bottle's almost empty, and she just realized now. She's still looking at it like this isn't even true. Like someone is messing with her. God damn it, Chris. Oh my God. You
I'm gonna
mashed it,
die.
Dylan. Oh
Ugh,
my God. All right,
don't
wow.
all right, Darren, you're next.
I have some Puncher's Chance Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey.
Okay, there's our new lead right there. There's a Steinkamp's dream is over.
Yeah.
Von Nieters. Von Nieters is next.
I got some Henry McKenna bottled and bond.
Okay. Look at him. The confidence. He wins. He wins. Von Nieters.
That's pretty awesome.
Von Nieters with the recording.
Yep. Cheers.
Cheers.
Works every time.
All right. We'll take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're talking about bottled and bond. We'll do that in just a few. Okay, let's talk about the people that make these shows happen. First up is the Stave and Thief Society. Via their in-person class at Moonshine University in Louisville, Kentucky, the Stave and Thief Society is the place where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge an executive bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my executive bourbon steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Speaking of Executive Bourbon Steward certification, the ABV Barrel Shop in St. Louis, Missouri has developed a unique partnership with the Stave and Thief Society to offer a preparatory class to assist you in getting your Executive Bourbon Steward certification. This prep class costs only $25 and is available to take live or online via Zoom. Graduates of our class receive a coupon code good for 15% off your Executive Bourbon Steward certification held in Louisville, Kentucky. This saves you almost $90. Additionally, you can collaborate with fellow attendees to split travel costs when you go to Louisville. If you're interested in signing up for the class, simply head over to abvbarrelshop.com and check out the classes and events page. Last but not least, we are sponsored by Neely Family Distillery. Royce Neely is the 11th generation distiller in one of America's oldest distilling families. A visit to Neely Family Distillery takes you through family history, where you can see all the artifacts and newspaper clippings through the years from this family that started distilling in America after James Neely arrived from Northern Ireland in 1740. Today, Royce Neely and his team are crafting some of the best spirits in America. Their bourbon and absinthe offerings keep winning top honors in spirits competitions. Recently, their absinthe made history as the first platinum winner in the absinthe category at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. Neely Family Distillery is definitely a bucket list destination if you are a bourbon fan. Learn more about their spirit offerings, visiting their facility, and the awards they have collected over at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com.
Hello, this is Danny Kennard, and I'm recording on the ABV network.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we're talking about bottled and bond. Von Nieters, you're up.
Yes, we are. So
I do say that every time.
yes. So
on purpose. I didn't realize I said that until you just did it. I was like,
oh yeah,
that's how I always kick it off.
That's right. We gotta stick to the format. So I thought this would be a good topic for we're past it now, but it was Bottle and Bond Day on March 3rd.
Yeah.
And I just thought it deserved to be showcased on its episode on the Bourbon Daily because I feel like sometimes it gets overlooked and some people don't quite understand it. And
so are you wanting to tackle this from the rules of Bottle and Bond, or what Bottle and Bond offerings we like, or the historical of why it came about? What's your angle here?
Honestly, I'd like to talk about it all.
Okay.
So it kind of started out with the fact that, there wasn't really any regulation on what was going into some of the liquid back in the day.
Correct.
And so there needed to be some sort of regulation, and this was it. And it actually so it was proposed in 1897, and then, I believe it passed in hang on.
Yes.
Hang on. Passed in 1897.
1897, yeah.
But it wasn't till about 1901 till it officially took off. And
because it's got to be at least 4 years old. So yes,
right.
Correct.
Yeah, and then that's kind of where the laws come in on what what has to be done about it and what is bottled and bond.
Right. So bottled and bond, it was put in place exactly like what you're saying. And it was at the request of the industry. So people like Colonel E.H. Taylor, he was the one primarily leading the charge, but others joined him as well. But he testified in front of Congress famously, where he talked about the issues in the industry, where people were doing things, illicit things, and things that made people sick, things that faked, what it looked like to be aged whiskey and things like that. Some were kind of harmless, like adding prune juice. That's not going to make you sick. It's not going to cause you a problem. But there's other things you can do, rusty nails and that creosote that's you put on like
tobacco spit,
which is just gross, and a lot of weird things that they would do to this stuff to give it that look. So they decided they wanted rules and regulation. And you think, well, of course, that's a no-brainer. They weren't doing, the U.S. wasn't doing anything like that at the time. There was no FDA at that time. There's no Food and Drug Act. This is before all that stuff, before they're regulating food production, before drugs were regulated. This is the first true legislation that kind of leads into that. Once they kind of had their arms around how to do it properly, and then they start doing the other things that help keep people safe, the food and drugs. So yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I think it leads into something awesome.
Do you think that we take it for granted now? Because back then, yes, we did need it to be bottled and bond because people were getting sick. But in 1964, Congress made all the rules for bourbon. And I mean, I'm excited for our distiller friends when they get a bottled and bond, because it's like, man, you got to age that for 4 years. I'm so excited for you. But like for the big guys, I'm just kind of like, you're probably going to do it anyway.
Right.
Yeah. I agree with that. And that's why I kind of like the unique stuff like the Henry McKenna, they go above and beyond. They do theirs 10 years and they do single barrels and kind of a little bit more unique than just your regular bottled and bond, of whatever flagship brand you have.
Yeah. I mean, real quick over the rules, just so people know what they are. And this is just off the top of my head, so jump in if I miss any of these. So, made during one distilling season. There are 2 distilling seasons. So there's January to June, July to December. So that there's going to be some consistency there. It's made at the same time. It has to be made by one distillery. So you can't get multiple. You can release a bottle and bond that isn't yours. You can buy whiskey and release a bottle and bond, but it has to be from one distillery in one distilling season. So there's no blending. There's not like I'm going to create a flavor profile by utilizing different different ages and stuff like that. No, this is going to be kind of a consistent view of what that distillery is doing, because you're not mixing a bunch of stuff together, which is kind of cool. That helps. That's going to help consistency. It has to be aged in a federally regulated warehouse. Used to be a big thing back then because there was nobody looking over the whiskey. So you could do things like doctor it up and put prune juice or creosote or tobacco juice in it. Now you've got a federal agent that is on hand. Now you don't do that anymore. That got removed when Ronald Reagan was in office. So imagine that. It stayed all the way until President Reagan. But then he eliminated the need to have someone on site overseeing the whiskey. It's all done electronically. Everything is, you think about any time a whiskey company does something that's a little illicit and it starts making social media, and that'll just kill a brand if you're, so you think there is a lot of checks and balances just of information that's available now, which is kind of cool. It has to be a minimum of 4 years old, so that added some consistency there as well. The fact that it was 4 years old. Another thing that, again, is not part of it now, but at the time, there was the first time they started using those stamps across there. And you see some of them just do it, here's one that's from Boxing Bear, that's a new product. But back in the day, they would do that so it would be sealed. That would be sealed. So that's one of the things that they did too when bottled and bond came. That's the first time they started having to seal the whiskey, and you had to make sure the seal wasn't broken, which was kind of cool. Which actually was started. You got to give credit to James E. Pepper. So James E. Pepper was the guy who started doing that for his whiskey, and then again he's working with regulators and things like that. Kind of gave that up. I guess he could have maybe put some sort of claim to that and let no one else do it. A way to seal your bottles, but he just let everyone do it, and it became the industry standard then to make sure your whiskey wasn't tampered with. Which is
on those old tax stamps. Yes. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I probably am. The red ones are anything besides bottled and bond, and the green ones are bottled and bond. Is that how that works?
I'm not sure.
Okay,
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, and I don't know if it was like that. It doesn't mean it's always been that case either.
Yeah,
it might have been for
a particular portion of time or something.
Correct.
Yeah,
so I thought I remember reading that.
Good question for Wes, though. Wes Harden might know the answer to that.
Or Mike Veach. Mike Veach would know.
Mike Veach for sure.
For sure. So yeah, so that's a little bit about the rules and regulations.
100 proof.
And they're all 100 proof,
which is kind of nice.
No additives or anything like that except for pure water to get it to 100 proof.
Correct.
I got a question about this. I was on a distillery tour, and it was an old rick house, and there were bars on the lower levels. And the tour guide pointed out that the bars weren't there to keep people from taking stuff out. It was there to keep people from going in because it was a bonded warehouse. And they wanted to make sure nobody was sneaking in past the guard.
Yeah.
Truth?
Yeah, it had to be locked up. It had to be locked
Yeah.
on property. And often there was a guard. John Fitzgerald, larceny, stole a lot of it. That's a good story.
But he was one of those, he was on-site fed. Yeah, they had to be in there. And the only people who had access to it was the on-site federal agent. That's it. If you owned a distillery, you started a distillery, your rick house would be controlled by that on-site federal regulator that you paid their salary of course. And so they're the ones that had access to it. So
who grows up and wants that gig? Hey, oh man, someday I want to guard a bonded warehouse.
I do. Give me those keys. We'll have some fun.
Right, yeah.
We're having a keg party at the distillery.
Stupid emails doing that job. It might be a career move.
McNew's next job.
My next job.
Yeah.
So he said he wanted to talk about some of our favorites of Bottle and Bond.
Yes. Okay.
So I'm gonna start off by saying one of my absolute favorite Bottle and Bond products are the 3-chamber holiday releases. Are Bottle and Bond every time, and those are fantastic.
Yeah.
Yep.
Can't go wrong with those. You're never going to get me to say anything bad about that one. So that's some great stuff.
I just wanted to say it before Steve said it.
Right, you son of a bitch. Yeah. So that's good. I do think that it's fun when our craft distillers, because it's just it shows that they've hit a mark, that they've been in business long enough that they now have a Bottle and Bond product, which is I think is pretty cool and pretty exciting for them when they get that. And again, it puts them on an even keel too, because it is 100 proof, and then it allows you to take a Jim Beam Bottle and Bond. It allows you to then take, something from Heaven Hill Bottle and Bond. It do true side-by-side comparisons. It's always tough to do side-by-side comparisons in this business because proofs are different and mash bills can be different. But if you're getting the same mash bill and the same proof, you're getting pretty close then. So, yeah.
Those are my favorite flights to do, is the Bottle and Bond ones. I go through and do them all and see what the differences are. Even if they are different mash bills, it's fun to go through and look at those.
Sure. I agree.
You're taking proof and age out of the equation, right?
Right.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I'll have to try that.
Mm-hmm. What else?
Well, and I think 100 proof is really good too, because it's like it's right in the middle for people that don't like super high proof stuff and the people that do like high proof stuff. It's an easy drinker for them.
It's at like the sweet spot, right? Because it's at the high end of people who like lower proof, and it's at the low end of people who like higher proof, it feels.
Mm-hmm.
So 100 proof works. So,
and a lot of it can stand up in a cocktail if you do that.
Yeah. And let's be honest, Bottle and Bond tends to be a very affordable, price whiskey.
I was about to say that Evan Williams Bond, it's all like I can get it at my Meijer for like $16.
Yeah, some of the best values in bourbon are in the Bottle and Bond.
I love to pour. That makes some of the best cocktails, and I don't feel bad about using it in a cocktail because it's affordable.
$16, yeah,
right.
Yeah, makes sense. So, yeah. So there you go. There's a little bit about Bottle and Bond. It's a great category. Of course, Bernie Lubbers, he will certify your home bar if you have all the Bottle and Bonds that are available to you in your market. He'll also certify your liquor store if you own a liquor store, if you carry all the Bottles and Bonds. So we are proudly certified at the ABV Barrel Shop. And we were the first in Missouri to do so. And, I don't know that our competitors know enough about the bourbon industry or even Bernie Lubbers to care, but I care, and you should care too, the fact that we do that. I think that's a big one.
It's sad that we didn't mention him till now because he is Mr. Bottle.
He is Mr. Bottle Bond, yes.
Yeah.
We got the tattoo to prove it.
Mm-hmm.
The Crown Liquors here in Greenfield, Indiana is Bottled and Bond certified too. They have a little plaque with his name.
Yep.
Really?
That's cool.
That's
cool.
cool.
We are.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome, and he's a great guy. Love Bernie lovers,
Cool,
and when he's done, and he's not new to it. It's not like he's jumping on any sort of trend. He was doing that. You go back and search Bottle and Bond. He's doing that 15, 16 years ago. He's always been into Bottle and Bond and trying to elevate that, and it's kind of happening. You got to give him credit for doing that. So yeah, hats off to Bernie lovers. He's awesome. All right, we'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Steinkamp, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
You can find me on Facebook and Instagram at Investment Whiskey.
All right, Von Nieters.
You can find me on Instagram at Von Nieters.
Don't you feel like that old Yankees announcer that had the certain way he would enunciate things? Von Nieters would have been a good name. Von Nieters. Von Nieters. Yeah. He always would say it twice too, and I think that would be And I guess he would say your first name. He would say Evan Von Nieters, and then they would repeat the Von Nieters. Would be Evan Von Nieters. Von Nieters.
How would Jack Buck do it?
I like
Jack.
that.
I don't know Jack Buck's. I don't have a Jack Buck impression.
He would always close. He would always spell everything. Von Nieters. VONNIETERS. Von Nieters. Right?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Okay.
I like that.
And then if it was Harry Carey, he would spell it backwards for you, and then it would not even necessarily make sense. All right, Evan Von Nieters, the backwards, that is bus stop. He was lit, so yeah. My favorite was when he said Snoop Doggy Dog backwards was Poonce Scotty Scott. What the fuck does that mean?
Gotta go with it.
What the heck?
That guy was a national treasure.
Yeah,
for sure. All right. You get to do your plug, Von Nieters, or did I just?
I think I just got like 3 or 4 plugs right there.
All right, Darren, how about you?
You can find me at Instagram at The Bourbon Ventures as I try and get my personal collection Bottle and Bond certified. That is my goal for the next year.
Whoa!
Think you can do that?
I know.
I don't know.
You can buy
It seems
all those
ambitious, but I
bottles.
want to do it. I want to work towards it. It seems fun.
Does Bernie come to your house then?
I hope not, actually. But
You hope not. What, you'd have to clean or something?
I would
You'd have
love
to hang up pictures.
I'd love to have Bernie lovers at my house.
I would too.
Yeah, that'd be
party.
Get like
Oh,
a
that'd be
private
fun.
concert too while he's there.
Yeah, I was gonna say we'd play some music, drink some
You
Bottle
should.
and Bond.
You should get Basil Hayden. So, by the way, when you talk to Bernie about it, it's Basil Hayden for him. So
Basil, yeah.
That's what they. I've heard that a couple times from that.
he always says Basil Hayden, but definitely
Basil Hayden.
Get one of those Basil Hayden statues. You want that. And if people want to see you live, where can they see you live? Darren?
At the ABV Barrel Shop, where we are a Bottle and Bond certified facility.
I'm surprised you said that. Usually when we're in the shop, you're like, I work.
It's because I'm not there. It's when I'm there.
ABV tasting bar or whatever you say.
He's locked in.
I've said tasting shop before, too.
Tasting shop. All right. McNew, how about you?
I'm on Instagram at McNew ABV.
All right, for me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley, Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got the company website, abvnetwork.com. Check it out. Everything that we do is out there. We put all those previous shows out there for you. So much more, abvnetwork.com. Come by and see us. The ABV Barrel Shop. You never know what's going on there. We may be recording podcasts. We may have guests in from out of town. We may be working on our Bottled and Bond section. You just never know. We are available online, abvbarrelshop.com. You can sign up for our email distribution right there. McNew, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I would like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review. That includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. And if you like what we're doing, we ask that you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
Great job today, gang. Farting. So I have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Peace. Before we let you go, let's talk about one last thing, the ABV Barrel Shop in the St. Louis community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on a couple of things. First of all, single barrels. We are the place where single barrels live. We go to distilleries, taste through the whiskey, select the best barrel, and have it shipped to our store where we present it to you, our customers, by allowing you to try before you buy. We're also known for the classes that we have in our education center in the store, as well as the events we have with industry professionals from the bourbon business. If you are in the St. Louis area, please come by and visit us at 6 Fox Valley Center in Arnold, Missouri. Or at a minimum, at least sign up for our email and text distribution so you know exactly what's going on in our shop over at abvbarrelshop.com. This is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, signing off. We thank you for listening to our programming and truly appreciate your support.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.